Good morning, Facebook. Do you believe in the God of the turnaround? There's nothing that God can't do. I was reminded yesterday of a story of a husband and wife that was having their second baby. Another, and their first child was about maybe 5 or 6 years old. And every day the first child would sing to the mothers, to the new baby inside, "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine." And so for the majority of the pregnancy, the child would sing that song to the baby that was in vitro. But then there came a time that that baby was born, but there was a problem. The baby was born, but he was lackluster. He uh, did not was unresponsive in some ways. I mean, he was breathing and everything, but he was unresponsive. He wasn't responding to the world as a lot of newborns do. He wasn't thriving, wasn't eating, and they were running tests to find out what was wrong, but they could not figure out what was wrong. So as the kid was in the NICU, the parents returned home, and the 5-year-old was like, "Well, where's my brother?" And they tried to explain to him, but the child persisted and kept saying, "Well, I want to see my brother. I want to see my brother." Well, I can't take you into the NICU. But even though the child persisted and kept persisting, the parents finally relented. And they found a way to smuggle the little boy into the NICU so he could see his little brother. And a funny thing happened. He started singing that song, "You Are My Sunshine, My Only Sunshine." And miraculously, the little baby started to respond. And the response and the recovery was so great that in 2 days, that baby came home without any disabilities, without any issues. The baby recovered and came home. So we had to raise our hands to God on that, because He's the God of the turnaround. God can do anything. All you got to do is believe. Look what He says in Isaiah 43:19. He says, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? I will even make a road in the wilderness and a river in the desert." So there's nothing that God can't do in our life. If we're in dire situations that we think no one can really help me, we know that we have a loving God that can. When we often face difficulties in our marriage, at work, or problems with our kids, these harsh storms come, and we can quickly feel overwhelmed and even desperate. And how many may feel on the verge of that? I know there's somebody that may feel overwhelmed or may feel desperate. But we can cast our cares on God, because we know that He's an on-time God. He may not come when we want Him, but He'll come when we need Him. God enters our life with power of His turnaround ability, and often not just a slight improvement in our life, but a marked difference. That all we can do is just raise our hands and say hallelujah. So today, you got to remember, turnaround by nature is radical. They bypass nice and sensible. They freak out the orderly, and they do not line up with the world's agenda. But turnaround reveals the miracle of our Savior. So today, you got to put your hand on the ability of the Lord to turn your situation around. Whether hurt, habit, or hang up, we have to pray to the Lord and have faith that He will take us to another place. So good morning, Facebook. If you draw close to God, He'll draw close to you. And since He's the God of the turnaround, He'll take you places that you've never been before. God is love. Tell someone today about the Lord. Walk with them, talk with them, sup with them, but more importantly, tell him about the God of the turnaround, or her about the God of the turnaround. We have a great day, and Jesus love you. Praise the Lord.